Do you ever have those times when God has been telling you something and you just are not listening? And then God is like, okay, well, I need to really get her attention. And he does. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm listening now. Well, that's where I am. But before I get into all that, let me welcome you back to my channel. My name is Ayana, and this is Beyond Committed, where we talk about everything from life, faith, family, marriage, motherhood, and everything in between, and we take them beyond. If this is your first time here, welcome, and I'm so glad you stopped by. And to make sure you're not a stranger, make sure you press that subscribe button below and then turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video. All right, now let's dive right in. Well, today's video is going to be a little different. As you can see, it starts out, I'm sitting even in a different place. Usually when I'm by myself, I sit right behind me and usually take my YouTube videos. I take the ones with my husband in another part of the house. But today I'm like, okay, no, I wanted to kind of just come to you, share kind of my heart, share some of the things that are going on, more like a vlog type kind of style instead of like, the practical tips and tools and strategies that I usually give for wives and wives to be, which I love and I will continue to do those. But I wanted to be able to, to change things up a little bit, but also kind of share some of the things that I'm going through and some of the things that, I wanted you to be aware of. So over the last 3 months, God has been really prompting me to slow down. But I mean, life has been happening. So I'm like, okay, how do I slow down? I'll slow down some days. I'll take a rest here and there. But for the most part, things are not slowing down. So my husband started a new job this summer, which has been amazing for him. But that means it's a change for our lives. It's a change for, kind of the schedules of things that he was able to help with before. He's not really able to help with a lot now. And he started traveling for work again, which is great for him. But that means, okay, now mommy is doing all the things, all the mommy Ubering, all the things that he was helping with because he was working from home. Now he's not home all the time. So I'm like, okay, just add one more thing to my list. But I'm like, okay, I got this. And then, of course, my girls went back to school full time, which I'm grateful for. I mean, I love my children. I do. But them being home all the time is like, oh, I need a break. And they need that interaction with their friends and their teachers, and they really thrive going to school. So it was definitely a blessing, but that's, one more thing on the list. And then it came with school, came with all their activities. All their activities came back. So between soccer and softball and martial arts and band and learning new instruments, I mean, my girls have something to do every day of the week, which is great that we have the opportunity for them to try all these new things and to learn these new things and to interact with people in their community and gain new friends and a new kind of community that they've had to be separated from for the last, year or so. But that means there's more stuff for me to do. And then over the last few months, God has really been like, okay, Anna, slow down. And I'm like, I'm listening, but I'm not, which is, as we know, when God wants to get our attention, he does in ways that we don't always appreciate, but I'm grateful that he does because he wants the best for us. So he's been prompting me to kind of slow down. And in some ways I've kind of backed back on some things, but for the most part, overall, I'm still doing all of the things, regarding the business, taking on new clients, which I love coaching wives and wives to be, because I mean, to have a strong and healthy marriage, I truly believe you need two strong and healthy individuals. And as a wife, there's some, tools and different things that we need in order for us to have a healthy life for ourselves and a healthy and thriving marriage. So I love coaching clients. I love creating content. And this is something that I fell in love with. I actually love making videos and being on YouTube, which has been, kind of a blessing to me to kind of have that outlet, but it takes a lot of work. But I'm like, okay, no, I'm committed to do this. I'm committed to showing up for y'all every Friday with a new video, and I have for over the last year. But that takes time, that takes work, that takes effort. I do a Bible study. I help lead a Bible study, and right now we're studying Matthew, which has been so great, but that's, more time, more effort. And then me just kind of focusing on time to spend on myself, self-care, which is something that I advocate for a lot. But over the last few months, I have not been doing the best care for myself, and it has shown in my physical, mental, and even my spiritual well-being, because I'm kind of just moving on and checking things off the list, which I don't want to do. And then, working out got on the back burner. Spending time, just more quiet time in the morning with God, kind of got on the back burner. Taking that time at night to kind of just wind down and read a book or, kind of just chill, kind of took a back burner because I'm trying to get all the things done. And then my body was like, okay, all right, since you won't listen, God was like, okay, I will slow you down physically. And he has. And it has been a trying time for me. And it's even been like a test of my marriage, kind of seeing, okay, my husband seeing that she is like doing too much. And you know, the Superwoman cape that I wear, I try to do so effortlessly, but it takes a lot of effort, and it's a cape we should not be wearing. And it's something that I advocate for my wives and my coaching clients. But I seem to have stopped advocating for myself. But God was like, okay, well, I'm going to advocate for you and physically slow you down. And he has. So over the last few weeks, I've been slowing down because I physically had to. And I realized that I needed a break. Not just slow down, but I also needed a break because when we don't have that margin and we don't have that space to kind of just be still, to kind of just draw close to God, to kind of just have space to rest, relax, to have fun with family and friends, it's hard to create. It's hard to, you know, kind of put your best foot forward in whatever arena that you're in because you don't really have the space and the time to devote to it. So over the next month, I'm going to take some time away. I'm going to take the month of December off from posting on Fridays. I will miss it, yes, and I will miss you, but I know I need this for me, and I also need this so I can have some time to create new ideas, to kind of build new content, because I have so many ideas that I've been like writing down over the last year, but because I haven't had the space and the time to kind of devote to kind of flushing all those ideas out and everything, they kind of just sitting on a notepad somewhere. So I want to take them off the notepad and bring them to, you know, to fruition and bring them to real life. But that's going to take some time for me just to slow down and kind of process it. Take some time to take better care of me so that I'm not going to the doctor trying to figure out what's wrong, because I know what's wrong. I need to listen to what God told me and sit down somewhere. And then I also need to devote some time to my marriage and to my family, because with my husband's new job and my girls kind of being all over the place now that, you know, soccer's over and softball's over, and he is going into like the holiday season, which will give a little bit of a lull, but come the first of the year, it's on like gangbusters. I felt that it was time for me to take some time for us to kind of just focus, pare down on my family, focus on me, and then take the time that I needed so that I can actually be my best self for you all as well. And I can help the wives that I help so much better because I am actually taking the time to be a better wife for myself. And then one big thing that I am so excited for that's going to happen at the beginning of the year is my husband and I will celebrate our 15th wedding anniversary. I am super excited. And although I wanted to plan this like renewal ceremony and go back to Jamaica with friends and family and new family that we've gained over the last 15 years, the pandemic will not let me be great, but I'm okay with that because I'm still going to get away with my husband. I'm planned, you know, a photo shoot, so I'm going to share that with you as well. But, you know, some things to just kind of commemorate our 15 years of marriage, because, I mean, that's a big thing. It is something worth celebrating. Even if I can't do it as big as I want, I will definitely take the time to celebrate my husband. So I need to plan for that too and kind of get ready for that. And I will definitely be sharing some of the things along the way for planning for that. But yeah, I wanted to jump on and just share that all with you because this has been such a great like community, such a great way for me to just kind of share and grow in so many ways. But I also wanted to be as transparent as I can with, you know, what's going on behind the scenes, realizing that yes, you sometimes can put on a brave face for a certain amount of time, but at some point you had to be real. Sit down somewhere, take the rest you need, and realize that it's okay to rest for a little while. I mean, even God rested, so why shouldn't we? So I'm going to take some time and rest. And also I want to know, would you like some more like of these vlog type videos? Kind of like, okay, just sharing, you know, there'll be some tips along the way, but not, you know, the usual, kind of just sharing some things, some behind the scenes stuff that are going on in my life. And just kind of, you know, being me, and for you to be able to see all the sides of me, not just the wife side, but the Ayana side. Because you know what? Whew, this wife life is not easy, but doing it together is worth it. So let me know in the comment box below if you want me to share some more videos like this, or anything, or any topics you want me to kind of talk about like this, even if it's not, you know, necessarily like actual tips and strategies, but just things you want to kind of talk about, share them as well. Because I'm looking forward to 2022. There is so much to come. There's so much ideas. There's so many things that God is showing me, but taking the time to make sure you have the space to kind of flesh them all out and to spend time with God so he can kind of walk me along that path and to make sure I'm going at a speed that he deems and that my speed is a great thing. So I pray that you have a blessed end of the year, whether it's you celebrating holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all of that. And I pray that you have a blessed end of the year and we will have an awesome start to 2022 together. All right, bye now.